Today I wanted to introduce you to one of my most helpful placer mining tools, my GPAA Gold Catcher's Pan. This is a rocker sluice high banker setup I bought years ago on eBay. Since that time I have made additions to suit my desires. So let's take a tour of this tool and then we will go out into the field and use it. Let me give you some dimensions. It is 2.5 feet long and the actual riffle bed is 7 3/4 inches. The hopper box processing area, that's not including the walls, is 7 3/4 inches square. There is an extra 45-degree angle insert that slides in and out just below the hopper, and that measures 7 3/4 inches wide by a length of 7 1/4 inches. This makes for a very compact system, yet highly capable of just one cleanup a day for a feed from one person. This box is made of pine and weighs exactly 10 pounds. Ideally, an item such as this should be made of aluminum, as it would be even lighter. Note that if you choose wooden materials that will get wet, do lacquer them. That way they won't soak in much, if any, water, so they dry quickly and won't waterlog, adding to your weight when you want to haul them home. The hopper is large enough to pour your materials in when you use an average-sized pail. I always recommend classifying the materials as they go into your pail, but you note here that the hopper also has the same sized screen, which is 1/4 inch. This extra hopper screen is extremely useful when using the rocker because it's difficult for one person to pour both dirt and water in at the same time. But if you pour the dirt in first, a lot of it will simply settle on top of the screen, giving you then time to pour in the water. Eventually, the hopper clogs with rocks slightly bigger than 1/4 inch, so having the ability to flip the hopper over and dislodge rocks is a time saver. Here, I use a small door hinge and an accompanying latch. That way, the hopper remains secure on the box, yet it can easily flip over. I think this design makes the rocker quite a bit easier to carry, especially if you are hiking a fair distance. There is also a water outlet in the hopper. This way the rocker easily transforms into a high banker. Now, if you use this feature, there can be quite a bit of splash, so a 3-inch acrylic guard has been added to the top. This appreciably decreases the size of the hopper, so that with this high banking feature you won't be able to pour your materials in with a normal-sized bucket. A spade will have to be more appropriate. From the hopper, the materials pass through a 7-inch length of deeply riffled mat overlaid with extended and twisted aluminum, placed on top of 2 slats at a 45-degree, angled down. You can see one of those slats here. This riffled length falls short of the lower sluice box length and allows the materials to drop down to the lower level. Now during cleanup, at least 1/4 of the gold this box recovers will be found in this short length. The riffled length slides in and out at will. This way, when you want to see what you are recovering, you can simply pull it out and pan. And panning is easy because this area primarily collects just gold and black sands. So here we are in Gold Canyon near Dayton, Nevada. And let's do a cleanup of just the header portion of the rocker. So I just slide it out and dump all into a pan. Because there are so many catches in the header, rarely will I see gold. This would be the opposite of using black ribbon. However, the gold is certainly there. Operating a rocker box is more challenging than you might otherwise think. The top screen really helps in securing your pay dirt in place before you add water. Obviously, unless you are a three-handed cyclops or using more than one person, you can add dirt, introduce water, and rock the box all at the same time. So best to add dirt first, ideally held in place above your first riffles, and afterwards pail your water and rock at the same time. Now the old pictures you see of a miner operating his box with just a ladle filled with water, that's all a myth. It takes an appreciable amount of water to operate a box. Here I scoop water with a small bucket measuring 5.5 inches tall by 6 inches wide. Here in Gold Canyon there is a significant amount of mud-type products in the battery. So when dried out you cannot get a sense of the clumping. I would definitely not recommend Gold Canyon for a dry washer. Very certainly you will lose gold with this mud inclusion. I have tested in expanded lengths, keens, dry washing tailings, and even there you will find lost smaller gold flakes. Anyway, all of this mud clogs the top screen of the rocker box. It's a hassle. And then here are the finds for this day.